Good day, everyone. My name is Ryan Wagner, M&A leader with Black Diamond Mergers and Acquisitions here in Kansas City. The topic for today's video is something that a lot of business owners have been asking about recently, and that is the proposed tax changes under the new Biden administration. The goal of the video today is not to provide you with tax advice, but rather to discuss some of the important considerations you should be thinking about when it comes to the potential sale of a business. So what are these changes? Well, the Biden administration has proposed some fairly significant tax changes, mostly targeting wealthy individuals, larger corporations. For example, the top income tax bracket percentage is going to be increased to just under 40%. But the main change that affects small business is the proposed change to capital gains taxes. Now, what are capital gains taxes? Well, capital gains taxes are taxes on the growth of an investment over time and are incurred upon the sale of that investment. So, simple example, I buy a company or a stock for $100, sell it for $200 10 years later. I have a profit of $100, but that profit is subject to what's known as a capital gains tax. And that capital gains tax could be, under the current rules, up to about 20%, depending on your tax bracket. And these capital gains taxes are significantly less than ordinary income taxes, which is why investing in the stock market or in businesses has been such an attractive avenue for capital. Under the proposed tax changes, any income in excess of $1 million would be taxed at the new capital gains tax rate of almost 40%. So a significant departure from the up to 20% under the current rules. Now, most Americans don't make over $1 million a year. However, the capital gain associated with the sale of a business could count under the new proposal as income, and any gain above $1 million would be subject to that higher tax rate. Another significant change being proposed is what happens upon the death of a business owner that gets passed on to a family member. Under the current rules, a family member that inherits a business would enjoy what's called a step up in tax basis upon the death of the business owner. That means that same business I bought for $100 that's now worth $200 today, and I happen to pass away, my family member that inherits the business would enjoy a new tax basis of $200 and not have to pay the tax on the gain of $100. They would start over with a new basis of $200. If they sold it 5 or 10 years later for $300, the gain that they would be taxed on would only be $100, $300 versus $200, instead of $200, the $300 versus the $100. That is going away under the proposed tax law change. So any gain at the time of a business owner's death would be subject to a tax and create a taxable event. So there's no longer the idea of a step up in tax basis. What does this all mean for my business? Should I rush out to sell? Should I wait to see what's going to happen? The answer, as usual, is it depends. Taxes are an important part of any aspect of business, any aspect of life, really, and should be an important part of your decision making. But you don't want to base a decision like the sale of a business solely on taxes. Now, there are other strategies that at a business owner's disposal and offsets that can help alleviate the tax burden associated with the sale. Plus, you wouldn't want to, if you have a growing business, you wouldn't want to forego several years of growth just to avoid having to pay more in taxes this year. Now, for a lot of you, this is a one-time thing, and this is a one-time sale, and so any tax change deserves significant consideration. We always urge our clients to discuss all of these considerations with a tax advisor. Part of our job as an M&A advisor is to get you all the answers you need to make informed decisions. We work with CPAs all the time who have significant experience with the tax code, and it's always a good idea to have the best advice possible before moving forward with a decision like selling your business. Thank you for listening to this month's video. I hope this gave you a little bit of an insight into the proposed changes and some things to be thinking about. As always, if you or anyone is considering selling or buying a business, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help, and look forward to speaking to you all soon. Thanks.